Hello, Aries. This is your love and relationship reading for January. Okay, so I'm going to cut the cards. I have a Six of Cups, the Magician, Ace of Wands, the Chariot, Four of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, King of Wands, Six of Swords, and of course I will pull the outcome card after the main reading. So interesting. Keep in mind, wands represent fire, which is your element. And the Magician also has a wand as well. So just paying attention to any representation of fire, which is through wands. There's definitely three wands here. You go from an Ace of Wands to a Four of Wands reversed, and then you have a King of Wands. Now the King of Wands is not associated with Aries. That would be a Knight of Wands for you. But nevertheless, we still have this. I get a sense from looking at these three cards with wands that it's about you getting your life together. After a lot of trial and tribulation, starting the new year. I get the feeling that there could have been a little bit of relationship drama for some of you. It could even have had something to do with a breakup. So when I look at this Ace of Wands here, this new beginning here, and then Four of Wands, there's no celebration, there's no happiness. You kind of feel, it feels like this Four of Wands is reversed because some of you are like, this really sucks. For some of you, you're alone, or you and a partner or an ex-partner are just not getting along. So that's when we get to a King of Wands here. And I get this issue of starting a new direction, just recovering, picking yourself back up. So that's what I see with the wands. As far as the major arcana, you have two, and that's the Magician. Once again, when anytime someone holds a wand, it's also about using their personal power, following their will. And then we have the Chariot, which is also about personal power as well. This is about taking on obstacles and moving forward. And this is more of the subconscious as well. You see this crescent moon here. This is about following your dreams. I feel like some of you Aries people will be coming into January reevaluating your hopes and dreams for a relationship, looking at what went wrong. And it's very possible as well, some of you are in between. If you've broken up with someone, you're not sure if you're going to get back together, or are you going to move on and go your separate ways. So there's still a little bit of emotional turmoil, even with the Magician and the Chariot, which is two cards together are very strong together because they are about mentally and even subconsciously following your dreams and making things happen. Even a new beginning here with this Ace of Wands. So when I look at your past, yes, you do have a Six of Cups here. A little bit of memories, missing someone. You know, I get the sense that some of you are starting January dealing with a lot of conflict, separation, and even a little bit of regret and loneliness. Okay. So just be aware with this Six of Cups. Sometimes it can mean an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or ex-partner coming back. And maybe some of you are still thinking about that person. For those of you who are post-breakup, it feels as if the energy of this Magician is trying to bring this new beginning. This Ace of Wands can mean a new beginning. It can mean joy and happiness. It can definitely refer to, this Ace of Wands can definitely refer to a new start, being optimistic. So this past energy coming into the new year, yes, I do get a sense of the emotional doldrums, just a little bit of depressed, missing someone, thinking over the past, especially during this holiday season. And then the Magician, there seems to be this will and desire to start over again. Maybe even look for a new relationship. So when we get here to the present energy, still moving on, the Chariot is about, you know, forces coming together to move forward. And I get the sense that this Four of Wands, the card of celebration, it feels as if this Chariot is moving right into another obstacle. Still, for some of you, trying to make this work. This Chariot, for some of you Aries people, could be trying to make this relationship work, trying to keep the family together or keep the relationship together. But I feel like as this Chariot moves into this Four of Pentacles, this Four of Wands reversed, actually, I feel like there's still personal issues and grudges the other person might have. Sometimes this Four of Wands, it can mean a big event that could go wrong, something that was planned, best laid plans. And then there's this Queen of Swords, which could actually represent a particular person. She's usually associated with Libra, and she brings the energy of air. This Queen of Swords is a little judgmental. This can represent the energy of a man or a woman, but the Queen of Swords is very wise. She makes judgments. She thinks things over. She's also known as a Queen of Sorrows in some interpretations because she represents a woman who's gone through a lot of pain, a lot of grievances. And so that's why I'm getting this sense of someone who mentally has some blocks in the relationship. Someone who is keeping their distance, someone who is emotionally, maybe even being just emotionally unavailable. So those are the conflicts that I'm seeing here in the present. When we get here to the future, I feel as if you're going to make a decision here because you have this Three of Pentacles. We have a focus on our material world and this sense of you saying, you know, I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just going to focus on my life and do what I need to do to make me happy. We come to this King of Wands, which actually is representative of Leo, but it's still bringing fire. Kings make decisions. They take control. What is this control? It's about, we're done with it. I feel as if some of you with your ex-partners, if you did have a breakup, I feel like you're going to have a conversation with an ex-partner and you're like, oh, you know what? I am done with this for good. You're done talking to them. But when we get to the Six of Swords, there's definitely a sense of moving on. Now, this can actually mean physical travel, but it can also mean emotionally healing, because this person is using a wand or an oar to travel to get the boat moving. And it's moving over water. It's moving over emotions. The swords here, mentally and psychologically, you are thinking things over and trying to get to a better place. Okay. So, yes, transition for you, Aries. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle for an outcome card. Okay. I have a Knight of Swords. This is a card. Knights are always about change. They go into battle. They fight wars. And they have the energy of knights. A Knight of Swords, it's the energy of discussion and communication and making decisions, having clarity, acting on those decisions. So in this outcome, Aries, you do have wands, but it looks like swords, the energy of swords and communication and healing is coming forward for you for the month of January. And so you're here at the Six of Swords in your future. This is about healing, and I think breaking ties for good for some of you. Whether it's actually moving to a new home or a new job, or just healing from a very difficult breakup. When you go from the Six of Swords to this Knight of Swords, it means that the healing and the introspection and the traveling and just learning from your mistakes. This Knight of Swords is following the Six of Swords to sort of confirm that you're going to be much wiser, much smarter. Keep in mind, air nourishes the fire, seeing that you're a fire sign. And sometimes it's good to have a complementary element that can give you new direction, that can bring a shift to your life. And so the story that I'm seeing for you, Aries, is, yes, a very difficult relationship issue with a breakup or being distant from someone. But you've got your wand's fire here, going with the shifts, dealing with disappointments here. And by the time you get at the end of this cycle here, this King of Wands is indicating that you're going to make a decision. You're going to act on that decision using this energy of air, which is communication and judgment and seeing your reality in a new way. This is all about you shifting from the bad, getting away from the bad, and heading into the new, getting yourself into a new headspace. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing, Aries. And if you are still interested in getting a Grand Romany reading, a 21 card spread for the new year, you should check it out. It's still only $30. Usually it's $50. But for the holidays through January, I'm going to keep it at this price. It's a really great reading, very detailed. So you might want to splurge a little during this holiday season. Thank you so much, as always. Good to hear from some of you YouTube subscribers. I wish you a happy new year. I will see you next month. So take care, and I wish you love and light.